Hi. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bob Quinlan. I'm an independent mortgage broker here in Prince George. I trust the comments I have will be of benefit to you. Over the past few months, Mark Carney, the Governor of the Bank of Canada, has given us repeated warnings of higher interest rates in the near future. That means he may be looking at raising the overnight lending rate to the banks by some predictions are 0.25% in September and another 0.25% in October. Bank prime will then go to 3 to 3.5%, knowing higher interest rates will result in an increased debt payments for those who are currently sitting on loans subject to changing prime rate. That would be a great burden on debtors, those who feed the economy, something that the government is not eager to do. The message last week was that personal spending has been reduced over the previous 2 months. This can be interpreted either as people are getting the message and spending smarter, or the disposable income is drying up because the economy is shrinking. Maybe the warnings will wane. Our economy is so diverse that we are hearing stories on both sides of the fence. But beware, the media provides a snapshot, and that snapshot needs to be dynamic and maybe even a little threatening. Otherwise, who would be interested? I don't believe we will see any great interest rate increases over the next while. We are still globally connected, and much of our economy depends on doing business, and still with US and Europe. A lot of focus is on Asia. A shift in this direction is underway and will take a little time to see benefits here in Prince George. Much of the focus and activity is based on speculation, hoping for growth from the increased mining activity, gas and oil exploration. We will see it accelerate as the developing world is greedy for the resources to improve their lives. In the meantime, concern from our government is that no matter how well we are doing in Canada, we may experience a correction in the real estate market in the near future. There is much fear that interest rates are too low and have been driving the market up to a breaking point. What to do? Raising the prime rate will only provide a burden to those already struggling to keep payments up. $200,000 of debt with an increase of 0.5% equals an added $1,000 a year in interest alone. Many households and businesses don't have that extra income to cover this. So why raise rates on those already in the game? The answer seems to be that CMHC, our Finance Minister, Jim Flaherty, knowing that when the market dips, those homeowners with less equity in their home are the ones who are vulnerable. Many borrowers have scraped and scrimped their way just to get into a home. With only 5% down and lender insurance being added, that means that someone who buys a home for $250,000 with 5% down walks out of the lawyer's office owing $244,500 without even having the key to turn the front door yet. It also means if the market takes a 5% dip and our new homeowner needs to sell in a hurry, add the penalty to the mortgage. That's what, 3 months interest at best? $2,200. And cost to sell can range from $3,000 to $12,000. A $250,000 home drops by 5% and is now worth $237,500. And you need $253,000 to sell. If a buyer has already used up savings to get into the home and unable to keep the payments up, the next step is foreclosure. If they can't come up with $13,500 to cover the shortfall, a rash of foreclosures in any area will affect the value of all homes downward as these lower priced homes flood the market. Not a good thing. So that means the focus should be on the ones who are buying into the market with minimum down. And that is what CMHC and the government is doing. Credit payment history, balances to limits on debt, job tenure, income reliability, savings and source of down payment are all being looked at very carefully. The business that goes on the books to contribute to our economy has got to be good business. People who can borrow to buy a home and be able to maintain the payments. Getting in the game is important. Staying in the game is most important. There is opportunity for both the home buyer and the entrepreneur speculator. Start with a plan of what you are comfortable investing in. A plan with a beginning of how to get in, a middle as the investment grows, that's making the payments and keeping up maintenance, and an exit with expectations of profit. I would like to help you with your plan. My name is Bob Quinlan. My company is Mortgage Alliance Prince George. I can be reached by phone at 250-564-9161 or email bob@pgmortgages.ca. Thank you.